Hello, this is Artie Mays, and this is going to be a little series I'm going to do about filling up a blank journal, which you've already seen the video, or hopefully you've seen it. If not, I will link it below and go and look, because I've done the Nick the Booksmith course and a carpetbagger, made a carpetbagger journal, and I love them. They're so tactile. It's really lovely. So I've decorated at the front and everything and filled it with just quite plain. I've only done a couple of things inside just to make it look a bit interesting. But anyway, the video is a previous video on that. So what we're going to do now is actually start to fill it up. And the first thing is I have a tutorial on this pocket, similar to this one, as I've done it for JJJUK swap. And this was my swap partner. It was Karen O'Reilly, and it was absolutely stunning, and it went absolutely perfect in my journal. I couldn't have wished for a better pocket to go in it. Absolutely brilliant. So there's a tutorial on that, and now I'm going to start decorating my pages. Okay, right, I've given myself a bit of a challenge actually, because I'm going to use a bit box, and I have no idea what's in here at all, but I'm going to use everything from here for the journal. And the only thing I've let myself have is a napkin, one napkin. That's from the lovely Tina, my friend Tina from Cornwall. Well, I live in Cornwall as well, but she's right down the bottom at the end, and I'm further up. And then I've given myself some of these, which you all know about, these wonderful books. And yet the name has escaped me. Edith Holden. Oh my gosh. So yes, I've given myself a few of these just to sort of go with the journal, really. So, and that's all I've done. But I think the first thing I saw straight away was this, and the colour scheme is absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to is Mod Podge or decoupage a mushroom on this piece of paper here, because I think that just lends itself just there. So I've got this little tag going on here, and I'm going to put that there. So I'll get on with that in a minute. What I first do is we've got to separate the napkins, so I'll go and do that in a minute. Okay then, so I've separated all the tissue, and all I do now is I just literally rip a bit out, so I quite like a jagged edge. So sometimes I cut it, but I'll rip it today like so, because I don't mind that corner, because I can do that straight edge along here, you see. So that will look like that. That's fine. Right, so, and my glue I actually got it in a little pot, I use Mod Podge, or you can use PVA, but I do add water to it. So I can open it, give it a bit of a tap a minute. There we go. Usually works. So it's slightly watered down. Okay, and then have a nice little soft brush, because you have to be quite careful while doing this, because or else it rips the tissues. So that's all I do. Actually, I usually have a bit of just a bit of acetate. Just protect the other page. There you go. A bit more, I think. Put that on there. And then I'll go over the top very gently, and then I'll try and fade out the edges. I can rip this all off after, don't worry about that at all. Make sure my acetate's there. There we go, that's that done. Cover my glue over, and then I'll get my heat gun. You know, if you do this all before, then it's fine, but and then I usually, you know, if I do some work in my journal before I've stitched it all in, then I'll do it, you know, the night before, and I'll just do a load together. But so take the acetate away now. Let it melt. There we go. What I'll do is just get those off there. And the same here. Actually, I'll cut that a little bit, I think. That's it. And then I'll get some ink now, but not very much. I actually most probably just use what's already on there that's been left. Okay, and I'll blend in around it, then it sort of becomes part of the page. Redo that bit there. Actually, keep that there. And any ends that buckle like this, I'll most probably put a tiny bit of washi tape down there, and that just gives it a bit of substance when you get a bit of buckling, which I'll go and find a bit. Let's see what we can find. Oh my gosh, that's nice. Yeah. No idea where I get it from, mind. I get them all over. I am addicted to buying it. My daughter, she's so funny when she goes shopping with me. She said, "I'm not going up that aisle, Mum." I'm like, "Why?" She says, "You've got enough." And I went, "No, haven't. I just love it." Yeah. Actually a bit less. And if it's not very, this one's quite sticky, but some aren't. So if it's not, just add a bit of glue. That's all you have to do. There we go. And that will then make that nice and, there we go. Oh, I've got another bit here, because you never know. Might need that somewhere else, so I'll put that there. There, then I'll get my sponge again and just blend in. And it actually looks like it's always been there. Now you've got that not turning over. So that's that. So on this side, I think we'll do maybe something, I'm not sure actually on there. I'll leave that there, but I'm definitely going to put a pocket, not on that bit. I like the way that looks. That's nice. But on this side, because I don't like this bit here, so I'm going to put a pocket on here. And then, but I like this bit. So that's what's coming up next. I'm not going to do it totally, you know, page after page, because I will dot around in different areas, because that's the way I like to work. So, but I am going to do that one first, because I've got an idea for that. So I'm just going to make a little pocket. Excuse me a minute, I'm off again, off on my travels. And I found a piece of paper that I think will correspond with all the colours. And then I thought, make a pocket out of this and then do a bit more decoupage out of the same napkin on the actual pocket. Right, so we measure the side of the pocket, and I think we need it about 3.5 inches that way. And to cover that, we need at least, I don't want its head poking out the top of the pocket, so I would do 3 by 3.5. But I add 1/2 inch on both sides. All right, so that's 3.5, that's 4.5, and then I do 1/2 inch on the top, because I feel that I always want to make the top of the pocket a little bit thicker so it doesn't break. So I'll go and cut that piece out in a minute. So here's my pocket cut. So of course you would change that for whatever size your page is, you know, so you have to just add, you know, 1/2 inch each side and you're fine. So I'm going to score it 1/4 inch. We don't need big flaps on these pockets. And sometimes you don't need them at all, to be honest. Oops, not too hard. And then 1/2 inch on the top, and that gives us quite a nice little lip for added strength. That's it. And then I taper in just a little bit, and the same there as well. And I'll taper off that bit as well. That's the top of our pocket, you see. It gives a bit more strength there. That's that bit. Okay, let's have a look. So if I estimated right. Oh, the other way. Okay, I don't worry about a lip on the bottom. I'll just glue that straight down because I usually add lace and things to pockets, so that's that. Which I think I'm going to do a little round hole on that bit in my round punch. There we go. So I'm going to glue that straight down in a minute, but I'm just going to, I just eye it up. There we go. That's that. And just glue that. You can glue the flap down first if you want. I just forgot. It's normal with me. That's what I mean when I work. I'm a bit all over the place really. I think that's just the way I am. Preferably not sticking that down. Right, so I'm going to ink the edges up here as well. It's very light, this one. I need a bit more on that actually. And at the bottom as well. Okay, oh, glue's escaping. There we go. So just put a bead of glue. That's it, and along the bottom. And if you want a deeper pocket to fit more things in, then put a lip at, you know, a hem at the bottom as well. But I don't, because I find, because you know this page here is quite thin, so it won't take a lot in the pocket, you know, before makes the page look sort of out of balance because you've got too much in it. That's it. And you can always, you know, if you want to do some stitching on that, you do it first and then you stick it in, so. That's your pocket. I'm using this glue, so it's a bit similar to Fabri-Tac, not as good, but it's okay. But it sticks very quickly, so that's it. And then what I'm going to do on this bit is a bit more decoupage on there, so, which again, I don't think you need to watch me doing that bit, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so here's the mushroom done. So we've got a pocket here now with a decoupage napkin on the pocket, And I think some more little words here where I've gone to the Edith Holden pages, and I think some of these words on this March poem would work really well. I know it's a mushroom, but there's some really nice things here. So I'm just going to cut a few of the words out, and yes, I love that, and I hate cutting into it, but this is a fantastic poem. So I shall look for something. The budding twigs spread out their fan. No, that's not work. That'd be nice if we put some birds on the page. Look. Enjoy the air it breathes. That's quite nice. Or there's to her fair works did nature link. That's nice. I think that would be lovely there, actually. And I just cut them out and then stick them down, and that's it. So look. There we go. This is quite hard for me to do this because these books, oh, I just love them so much, and I had to buy some more. So I've kept my original books that I've had for a very long time, and I've bought some other ones so I could use those, because I just think they're lovely. And I would keep this as well, you know, that could be used on something, so, you know, don't throw that away. I must probably look really funny cutting. Well, I don't cut left-handed though, but I should have big scissors actually, and cut straight over big scissors. But okay, oh, that's lovely and straight, isn't it? Let's get my big scissors. Oh dear, I believe I was a hairdresser, would you? Not now, but I've done it for 30 years, so there. Let's have a look. And I think that will look really lovely. Well, that's me though. You might not think it looks lovely, but I do. I will ink the edges, so I think that all blends in. Don't have to have it in one line. You can cut it up so you have it, you know, one under the other if you want. Again, you know, it's your journal at the end of the day. Let's have a look. No, I'm going to do that. Just like that. Okay. Sorry if I mumble to myself. I do question myself quite a lot on what I do. So is that right? No. Yep, that's all right. I don't know whether any of you talk to yourself, but I certainly do. Tell myself off too. Hey ho. There we go. Too much glue there, but never mind. So I have to lift it up a bit because it's on the bird's nest there, so. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. And then I think what we need to do to balance over here, we need to put some of this over here, definitely. Some words maybe up here, and then do a bit of stenciling on that page. I think, yes, we'll do that. So I'll pick some words a minute. Okay, right, I found some words, and it had something about a flower on it, so I thought let's try and hunt a flower with the same sort of colour scheme going on. So I found a bit of this paper in my bit box, which I think is Anna Griffin, if I remember rightly. I've had that many years. So I just cut out the flower, but of course, you know, it's only a bit there, but I thought that could go underneath like that, that on the top, and maybe some of this that would look nice stuck to that, you see. Yep, so I'm going to do that now. I shall do that in front of you. Now let's stick that onto there first. Make sure it's at the bottom. There we go. I hope you can see there. Not sure. Let's make sure my head's not in the way. Put that on there. That's that. I'll make sure I ink the edges of this too. And it all blends in. Okay, let's stick that first. Put some glue on this bit. Yeah, and you've nearly got a little cluster going on here. Oops, what's that? Again, use too much glue. That's okay. It all rubs off. There we go. That's it. So that's all starting to coordinate really well. So I'll leave that to dry a moment. So we'll have to make some tags to go in our pockets, won't we? Which I think I'm definitely going to use some of that on the tag. So again, yeah, might even be able to make one out of that just. There we go, so I'll do that in a minute. Right, so I've cut my pieces of paper down. This is what I got out of what was left. So, which is that bit, that's all that's left out of that piece. So that's good. And I cut a piece of coffee stained card down. And I thought, yep, we can do this. And I'm going to stitch around it and then make the tag shape, which I will do now, which I use one of these. I've got all different lengths on these, which I'm going to use. That no, that one's a bit big. I've got other ones a bit shorter. So all full of glue as well. But and then I will cut the corners off like this so that they're both the same. Flip it over. You can do loads at the same time with this way as well. That's it. I ink everything. So if you don't see me inking, it's because I've already done it, or I'll do it later, but I do like everything inked. And I was using that one, I think. Oh no, yeah, I'm going to use that one, but I think the flower needs to go that way. That's it. And again, I try to stitch a lot of things as well, so I will just glue down the centre. I'll do it with this here. It, and then I'll go and stitch that down, and we can most probably make something out of that one as well. Right, okay, all stitched. So again, just make a hole in the top, some of these on. That's it. And I think I would like a little bit more inking on this one, just a little bit darker on the edge. And that side as well. And slightly over the thread as well, just to blend that into the card. Okay, and then we can always stamp the back or put some lines on. Don't need to back this one because it's quite a thick piece of card. So let's have a look, see what it looks like. I might even add a little top tag actually with that. Yeah, so that's all blended in nicely, all that together. Yeah, I might even make a little tiny tag to drop off of that. I think I will actually, because I think that could look quite nice. So I just cut up a piece of card. I've got a little piece here. Quite small, so I reckon about half an inch. Where's the size? Let's have a look. Tiny bit shorter that way. Yeah, that'll look quite nice. So we need to just measure that in there. And I will just see if I can get it that way. I would like the red on it. Oh look, that's perfect length, so I only have to cut it once. How about that? Doesn't normally work out like that, does it? And I've still got a bit left. That's it. So again, ink everything up. You don't have to stitch around this one, but it might look nice if I did. It's very similar to what Tracy Fox does too. She does some absolutely adorable tags, and so does loads of other people as well, but I tend to follow Tracy quite a lot, so a little hole in the top, and I think I'll put eyelet in that one. I'll use the little hole on this side, this one. Right, I found the eyelet, and I've popped it in, and I thought instead of adding string, now I'm going to set that in there rather than separate. So just for a change, I've got the big one in there, so I need to change that in a minute. Set, let's have a look. That one's fine. Yep. There we go. Get the right end. Make sure that's in. Let's set that in there now. Oh, no, it hasn't. So, never mind. That didn't work. I thought it might have done. Perhaps thinner card. It will, but... So, I'll do it normal way. That's fine. Okay. And then we'll tie it on. So, I thought it would have worked, but perhaps thinner card and it would have been fine. But that did not work. Okay, so I'll just get some thread to put on the top of there. Got my bit of string, and all I do is thread that through. There you go. There you are. Just like you do a normal tag really, but I've looped two together like that. And then tie a little bow, I think. There we go. So that's that done. Put that in here. There we go, and I think that'll do for today. That was quite a long video. Okay, now that looked quite nice as well. A bit of that around, I think, somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can do with that. Yeah, that blends in lovely. Never mind, I've done it that way now, so that will do. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again with another video shortly. Bye.